Previously on the season.
Set!
Everyone was definitely nervous, but we were all confident that if we did our jobs, that we could win.
Second last game of the season, ball goes high, left foot kick.
I think that really gave us a shock with how good they were in the first 20 minutes.
They're going to try and kick to these two here. If you can take it, do it, okay? Put your name on confident, right? Confident. Daniel, if you can take it, get there. All right, it's your ball, call it.
We need to make sure we stop him. Let's work it up the other end.
Catch, kick, exit.
I guess the feeling was that we weren't at all beaten and that there was a lot of that game left for us to come back.
We thought we're going to stop this pressure and we're going to need to start gaining some momentum for ourselves.
We hadn't really touched the ball or had much field position before that time.
Nudgee were going to come out firing, which they did in the scrums and in the back line. You know, they were talking a lot because they were up on the scoreboard, and we gave them every right to because we weren't playing to our full potential.
Here, Oscar, watch! Chip line, Oscar! Knock, oh, yeah.
Oi, Cos, watch the crossfield kick here. Oi, Ollie, get up here. You know where it's going. Make sure you get up. Oscar overthrows.
Tell them now's the time to aim up. There is space wide, but we can't be selfish. Come on, boys, you've got to defend. Stevie, get him moving up.
So what have you got time-wise?
I have 8 minutes 14 seconds to go in this half.
Thanks, mate. Eight to go in the half. Yes. Oh, here we go. Ball!
Groomy, get them to get it wide to Howie. Mason, get it wide to Howie.
Lachlan Phillips playing second receiver, comes out to Hoff. Well, there we go, Dal, exactly what we were talking about before, running.
Oh, Jonesy! Cover! Hold, mate, hold. Get on side, sir. Going on it. Got it, Blades!
Wide!
It's a crucial moment for the team. A score will provide confidence to a unit that's used to leading into half-time.
Nudgee need to be strong.
Turn away, well done, Shrammy! Up!
To Howarth.
Recycle, boys!
Guys, they can make a name for themselves here, mate. We need a scrum penalty right now. This is brave of them. Oscar, in there, come this side. Oscar. Sir! Brilliant! Go, boys! Go!
Up and through, Jack Howarth will score!
BBC!
Yes!
BBC teams of the past could have given up at that point, and I think Nudgee knew that they had to start hard to try and break our spirit. We were definitely getting feelings of doubt there. We knew that if they scored again before we scored, then the game would nearly be out of reach. We knew that we had to score then, and we had the confidence that we could.
I don't think any of us dropped our heads. I think we all knew that we had it in us to win. We never backed away or never feared from a challenge.
They've got to work hard there, so that we'll get some pay out of that. Just in terms of that D, I reckon we just stick with it.
We haven't executed a couple of times, so that's because I think we have to hold our feet a bit. Let's just hold our feet. Get a bit more depth, hold our feet. That's skill work we did. Let's build on it.
So just with the scrum, that was so close down there. That's a massive moment, boys. We nearly did our job down there. I went into half-time a little bit confident, but knowing that
there was a huge task ahead of us all, and that Nudgee likewise would regroup and you know, throw everything at us in that second half.
Okay, some good plays. We don't need to panic this half.
Half time, and Nudgee lead 12-7. 35 minutes stand in the way of a BBC victory or more heartbreak for the college.
An opportunity for us to really just, you know, put something on top of them.
Coming to half time with the coaches just reassuring us that we can do better and knowing what our mistakes were and just counteracting on that, we knew what we had to do in the second half to bring it back.
Expectation sits heavily on the shoulders of the rugby community, none more so than the memories of 1954, BBC's first and only premiership triumph.
Rugby was not a featured game at BBC when I came here. BBC was basically a rowing school, a cricket school, a tennis school and an athletic school, but rugby was sort of a second cousin to all those.
BBC, particularly in rugby, has been a laughing stock for years. I mean, you know, it was pretty dark times when we were going through school. I think we might have won 10 games in 5 years at BBC, and all of that, 6 of those were in one season.
We did very well in rowing. We won 24 of the rivers in the last 100 years. But rugby sort of seemed to mysteriously miss out.
BBC wasn't a great rugby powerhouse. Resilience is a word that comes to mind when I think of rugby at BBC. You had to be pretty resilient because you went through a lot of bad years.
The culture then was that BBC really was following a tradition of losing. I think losing sometimes becomes a comfortable situation.
I think some of the other schools they saw it as a bigger priority over the years.
BBC in the 1950s was only a small school. There's only 500 boys, 250 boarders and 250 day boys. A lot of the other schools were twice our size.
No, we just simply didn't have the depth to be able to perform at a high level. You know, you had a good core of 15, but you get 3 or 4 injuries and then it starts to drop away.
It's a very important sport because it's teamwork and you need 15 good players to gel together. What you learn in the classroom and what you learn on the sporting field is to have teamwork.
I think it's just the team environment, you know, playing with the other guys gives you a chance to get to know some of the other guys in your year group. For me, that was the most enjoyable part of it all.
For many years, the school has dined out on the success of one team. A shared premiership in a tight competition during a weather-affected winter over 66 years ago.
1954 was the only year that BBC has won the rugby premiership. 54 was the last time that we reached those heights, albeit in a tight situation.
Graham Thompson, who was the headmaster of the school during our period, was the coach at the time. And I think it's remarkable that he went on to become, you know, one of the leading lights in terms of the headmasters of BBC's history.
So I came to BBC on the teaching staff in 1948 with a rugby background, and at that time there were actually 28 boys who played rugby.
It was a very small pool really for Graham to choose from. There weren't many of us and we just had to be that little bit better.
Philosophically, I instilled in the boys that rugby was a fun game. They could only get fun out of it by always doing their best. And I firmly believe that best teams were the best conditioned teams. And I put a lot of emphasis on physical training.
We really were in the hands of what all of us felt was a very good coach, and that proved to be correct.
As with many successful legacies, the bonds of friendship are bound tighter than most. 1954 will remain the most important year for the school and for one particular group of men.
We do everything together, and that's continued. We had anniversaries. We meet regularly. The team has dwindled from 16 down to 5, which they now call themselves the Remnants. And regularly, every year, we have lunch together. We're a team. It's not a coach and a team of boys. It was just a team of people.
While traditions remain important to the core culture of the school, change and innovation are inevitable, especially in sport.
It's a much more involved program. Just the size of the players, they're just stronger, they're in the gym earlier, the skill level is higher.
I think it's just been an issue of building up a rugby culture at the school, and they've worked hard in getting depth in all age groups.
I'd say it would definitely lift people's attitude towards BBC as a rugby school. All the sports, if you do well at them, lifts the school.
And I just sit there in wonder at times and see what has happened to the boys with the resources they have available to them. I've been very proud of the way that rugby has developed in the school.
Next time on The Season.
Have there been many overlap opportunities out your side?
We don't let them back in now, they're not going to come back at all. We're good. Next minute. Just get back in the game.
Look at this body height. Look at this driving here by BBC. There it is! And there's a try.